Archangel Michael speaks, saying, "On this very day, today, your cherished mother, who now rests in the eternal embrace of the Lord, has been fervently appealing from the heavenly realms to deliver a sacred gift to you. She has never ceased her efforts. The heavens themselves have been stirred by the depth of her yearning. I stand before you now as the bridge between your world and hers, to convey her affection across the great divide. Open this message the instant it appears before your eyes. She is nearer than your heart has dared to believe. This is her sacred murmur, borne to you upon the currents of my wings. Speak, Amen, here to acknowledge her closeness. Beloved child of radiance, listen with your entire being, for the word arriving for you today is cradled within the everlasting arms of eternity. There exist no random events within God's grand design. If your sight is tracing these very words, then the trumpet blast of divine timing has resounded for your spirit. This is not an hour for hesitation, uncertainty, or turning away. Paradise is gently brushing against the essence of your soul, and your mother's voice has reached you through a holy and appointed convergence. Before we proceed further, if this truth has already touched a place within you, please honor her presence among us in this moment by liking this video. You are never alone, not even in the most silent watches of your sorrow. She has witnessed every tear that has fallen when the world could not comprehend your inner ache. She is intimately aware of the hidden weight you bear. The courage you have mustered to smile when your heart was shattered into pieces. She has seen your prayers ascend in the night like sacred incense, fragile and sincere. And she has pleaded with the Father for permission to speak peace directly into your spirit. Today, that very plea is granted. She needs you to understand that her love was never concluded by death. It merely dissolved the barrier of space. Her spirit dwells in the places your heart remembers most. She sits alongside you when you speak aloud to her photograph. She moves through the landscapes of your dreams, sometimes unseen, yet always endeavoring to bring solace to your rest. She celebrates with joy each time laughter finds you again. And she kneels in worship each time you select faith over the whisper of fear. Comment 11:11 if you sense her near you at this very moment. She has watched you shoulder burdens meant for more than one heart to carry, and she has whispered your name before the very throne of the Almighty. She is overflowing with pride for the person you are becoming. Within your struggles, she recognizes valor. Within your errors, she perceives redemption's work. Within your solitude, she dispatches signals. The feathers, the sudden fragrances, the songs that play without explanation, these are not accidents of fate, but gentle brushes of her essence reaching out for you. I, Archangel Michael, have been commissioned not only to deliver her message but to stand as your protector during this divine meeting. The adversary has attempted to suffocate hope within your life, to make you feel abandoned. But the Lord your God has not finished writing your story. He is rewriting every broken line with ink from heaven. Your mother is woven into that very covenant. She has become a witness to the miracles being assembled behind the veil. There are blessings held in reserve, your name inscribed upon them, untouched by the decay of this world. Your faith is the key that unlocks them. The more you trust, the more heaven prepares. You are not behind schedule. You are not under a curse. You are not too late. Her communication is a testament that your journey is not measured by the pain you have endured, but by the grace poised to envelop you. Her prayers are intertwined with your destiny. She knows you wonder if she is truly present. She sees your doubts, your soul's ache for one final word, one more embrace, one more shared moment. This, right now, is that moment. Through this holy dispatch, she is cradling your spirit. She is reminding you that God is utterly real, and so is the everlasting life to come. That every lesson she taught you in love was never without purpose. That her soul abides in perfect peace and watches over you not with grief, but with love that knows no end. Comment 222 if you place the trust of your soul in this. Your tears are not ignored in the courts of heaven. Each one is gathered like a priceless gem and lifted before the Father as evidence of your enduring love. And today, God transmits this as your proof. You have not been deserted. Not by Him, and not by her. She is closer than your own breath. Her love accompanies you in spaces no other eyes can perceive. Every single time you speak her name with tenderness, she hears you. You may have sensed her nearness in a gentle breeze, in the warmth of a dawn, or in the hushed instants when the world recedes and your soul feels her closeness. These are not fantasies. These are divine appointments. Heaven permits such encounters because a love this sacred can never truly end. And though the physical form is laid to rest, the spirit dances in the halls of forever, still connected to yours by the unbreakable light of God's vow. Therefore, do not fear what is to come. She is already there, interceding for it, lighting candles before the glory of God for your peace, your restoration, your sudden breakthrough. And I give you my word, the coming days will bring occasions where you will perceive her more tangibly than ever before. God is aligning symbols, dreams, and even people who will, without knowing, become carriers of her love. She remains your most ardent supporter. And even now, as you absorb these words, she is kneeling beside me here, her eyes shining with heaven's own light, her hands folded in devoted prayer for you. She desires you to know that her departure was not a penalty, not a robbery, but a divine preparation to become your eternal guardian beyond the veil. She does not miss you with sadness. She watches over you with radiant joy because she knows the magnificent conclusion of your story. It concludes in triumph. It concludes in glorious reunion. She has asked me to tell you this truth once more. You are not alone. You never have been. You never shall be. This anguish is not permanent. And this earthly life is not the final chapter. Every ache within your chest is a note in the symphony of your becoming. She is still walking with you. Only now her feet do not touch the earth, but her love continues to touch the core of your soul. What if every concept you've ever believed about money is a deliberate deception? A concealed 9-word prayer, buried within a classified FBI document, is now enabling thousands to attract prosperity without strain. Researchers confirm it triggers a primal region of your brain, over 150 million years old, that governs abundance. Validated by Harvard, tested in labs, transformative for life. But authorities could erase this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes forever. I am present to shield the pathway over which she prays. No weapon crafted to harm you will ever succeed. No curse can adhere to a child cherished by both heaven and earth. The enemy may attempt to cloud your mind with confusion and sorrow, but I have now drawn my sword in a circle around you. You are encased in celestial fire. You are swathed in the prayers of the one who brought you into this world through love. If you have felt like surrendering, do not. That thought is a deception. Her voice has been resounding in paradise, calling out not merely to be heard, but to elevate you. And now the Lord has opened the heavenly gates for her voice to finally reach your ears. Hear her. Feel her. Honor her by persevering. Honor her by believing. Honor her by rising again. Comment 333, to affirm your faith in God's perfect timing. You may not constantly feel her presence amid life's daily turmoil, but she has never once departed from your side. In moments when you believed no one understood, no one cared, and you stood isolated with trembling hands and a fractured heart, she was there, holding you in spirit. Her essence envelopes you like a soft glow, invisible to sight, but palpable to the soul. And now she speaks with clarity through me, urging you to endure. There were nights she watched you wrestle with anguish and confusion, longing intensely to pierce the veil and tell you this is not your finale. That your tears hold weight. That your pain is fully known. She whispered your name before God, not in hopelessness, but with the kind of faith only a mother's love possesses, unshakable, eternal, and brimming with hope. Today, the Lord answers by allowing her words to arrive in your life. She wants you to cease blaming yourself for the words you did not get to say. She knows you loved her. She felt it then. She feels it now. And every time your thoughts turn to her, you ignite another flame in the realms of glory. She harbors no anger. She holds no regrets. She carries only profound thankfulness for the love you gave. And she is grateful to God for this chance to connect with you. Now. Her message is pure and simple. You are still her heart. You are still her miracle. She has witnessed you grappling with loss, with fear, with instants where you wanted to quit. But she has been warring for your strength. She has partnered with angels to safeguard your purpose. And every step of faith you take forward is a victory she shares. She celebrates your bravery. She blesses your striving. She observes every occasion where you stand again after life has knocked you down. You are her pride, and her spirit dances within your victories. Comment 555, if you believe your breakthrough is now approaching. She does not want you to bear the weight of guilt. That was never the intention of God. Her passing was not a sentence. It was not an abandonment. It was a sacred transition. The Lord called her home in a flawless divine timetable. And though you may not comprehend why it unfolded as it did, she now sees what you cannot. She sees how every piece converges in the end. Her love for you did not cease. It expanded, transformed by eternity, now woven into the very fabric of your destiny. You walk in a current of favor. You are surrounded by a canopy of grace. You have not been erased from memory. The enemy seeks to isolate you within grief, but God dispatches this message as evidence that you are still being upheld. You are still being fiercely fought for. And your mother has become one of the interceding voices in heaven, advocating for you with a passion unique to a mother's heart. Her voice does not diminish. It grows stronger in the courts of heaven. She remembers your laughter, your battles, your dreams, even the prayers you never gave voice to. She has witnessed every moment when you thought no one was listening. And she carried those silent prayers before the Almighty. She laid them down like precious offerings at His feet. And now the Father has sent me, Archangel Michael, to bring you what you need most in this hour, comfort, truth, and a holy reminder that your life remains covered by heaven's own hand. You are not navigating this path in solitude. Even when others failed to appear, she never departed. She visits you often in ways you've dismissed as mere chance. Those memories that arrive without warning. Those instants where the wind feels like an embrace. Those times you catch her favorite fragrance from nowhere. These are not illusions. These are communiques. These are proof that your bond remains intact and unbreakable. She is proud of the distance you have traveled. Even if you feel delayed, even if you believe you have failed, she perceives the strength required simply to continue. She honors the fire that still burns within you. She urges you to keep believing because she has glimpsed the territory you are entering. A future awaits that will bring meaning to all your suffering. Blessings are already being poured out, even as you read this. Comment 1212, if you perceive her presence with you right now. She does not want you to remain submerged in sadness. Yes, grief is one facet of love. But so is joy. So is sacred remembrance. So is legacy. She desires for you to live fully, to celebrate, to laugh once more. Not because you have forgotten her, but because you carry her essence within you. Every forward step you take is her triumph as well. Her soul rejoices every time you choose hope. Every smile you wear is an honor to her life. You are not shattered beyond restoration. You are in the midst of a divine reconstruction. And she observes this process with pride and prayer. God is taking every fractured piece and crafting something breathtaking from it. She knows this. She sees it. And she wants you to hold on just long enough to witness it, too. Your story is not complete. Your destiny is still unfolding, inscribed by the hand of the one who called her home and still calls you forward. Why are leading neuroscientists fixated on a single 9-word sentence? Because this sequence, spoken once daily, is transmuting financial anxiety into sudden, unexpected blessings. Over 19,000 individuals have already used it to dissolve debt and unlock existences of wealth, liberty, and profound peace. The outcomes are so potent, many perceive them as divine intervention. If you are seeing this, fortune is with you. This page could vanish at any instant. Click the link in the description and comments to discover this secret before it is erased forever. Release the anger, the regrets, the guilt. She already has. All that now remains is love. A love so potent it has traversed eternity to locate you. This moment was inscribed in the heavenly records. Her words are threaded with light. And I, Archangel Michael, stand as sentinel as her voice flows into the depths of your soul. You are being enveloped in divine presence. Allow it to cover you. Allow it to hold you. Allow it to heal you. The coming days will be marked by signs. Dreams will gain clarity. Memories will become sweeter. And moments of inexplicable peace will descend upon you like morning dew. That is her. That is God. That is confirmation this is profoundly real. Her love lives on within you. Let it be the reason you continue. Let it be the reason you rise once more. Comment 777. If you know with certainty that heaven hears you. She has walked among angels. Yet her greatest delight remains watching over you. Your name, your life, your healing, this is her primary discourse when she kneels in the place of glory. Even surrounded by divine splendor, her heart still beats for you. This is the miracle of a mother's soul, touched by the hand of God. She has seen your tomorrows, and they are not saturated with pain. They are drenched in radiant light. She pleads with you not to surrender, even when the hurt is acute. You were never meant to carry all of this alone. Every tear you have shed since her departure has been seen. None have gone unnoticed, and none have been wasted. God has gathered every drop and transformed them into seeds. Soon, joy will sprout from that very sorrow. She needs you to know this. She needs you to believe it deeply enough to stop punishing yourself for not being stronger. You have been strong enough to survive. That, in itself, is a miracle. In your quietest hours, when you lie awake wondering if she sees how profoundly you miss her, the answer is yes. Yes, she sees. Yes, she knows. Yes, she feels the love still pulsing from your spirit. There are things you never spoke, words you still whisper into the air, hoping they somehow find her. They do. They have. They always will. Love of this magnitude never becomes lost. It always finds its way home. She is not merely a memory. She is a divine presence now. And she is closer than your thoughts allow. Her spirit walks where you walk. Especially when you are weary. When your hands tremble, she surrounds you. When your voice shakes in prayer, she joins her voice to yours. You do not pray alone. You do not grieve alone. You do not live this life without her blessing flowing around you. Comment 999, if you sense her presence encircling you even now. Her passing did not sever your connection. It upgraded it. What was once bound by speech and touch is now bonded by eternity itself. You are more connected to her now than you have ever realized. She sees what you cannot, feels what you try to conceal, and rejoices over the smallest victories in your journey. Nothing is too minor for her to celebrate, because every step forward you take honors her memory and her prayers. She does not want you anchored in what was. She wants you to embrace what is destined to be. Life did not conclude when hers did. It was transformed. It grew deeper roots. And now, from her vantage point in glory, she sees every door swinging open for you. She sees the healing. She sees the divine reversal. She sees the restoration that is en route. And she is asking you, through me, to be patient just a little while longer. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten by heaven. God has not overlooked your suffering. Your mother's prayers have kept the heavens stirred on your behalf. She did not cease being your mother the moment she departed. She simply became your angel. And the prayers she once whispered over your childhood are now laced with eternal fire and authority. They still cover you. They still carry power. There are trials you have survived that should have destroyed you. But you did not break. This is because her intercession has been active even when you were unaware. Her love is part of the reason you are still here. And now her voice pierces through time to remind you, you are not doing this alone. You are not forgotten. And the pain you carry does not signify weakness. It signifies that you love deeply, and you are still loved just as profoundly in return. Comment 1010 if you trust that she is watching over you. A calling rests upon your life. A destiny spoken over you before your first breath. Your mother knew this. She believed in it. She prayed over it. She protected it while here. And she continues to protect it now. Every conflict you have faced, every delay, every moment of confusion, is part of a refining process. God has not abandoned you. He is building you. And she is assisting. She is part of heaven's blueprint for your life. Not a distant spectator, but an active participant in your journey. Blessings are approaching that she prayed for, that she dreamed of for you. And you are nearer to them than you know. Even the experiences that feel like losses will be revealed as divine setups for something greater. She knows this. She has seen the end from the beginning. She wants you to live. To truly live. Not merely survive. Not just go through the motions. She wants you to laugh once more, to breathe deeply again, to dream anew. She wants you to discover the kind of peace that silences all chaos. And I am here by God's command to walk beside you as that peace unfolds. I will war against any darkness that attempts to obstruct you. You are surrounded by light. Can merely speaking 9 words each day genuinely cause wealth to flow into your existence? A foremost neuroscientist affirms it, and the FBI inadvertently confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary individuals, making them debt-free and financially liberated for life. But this secret will not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. You may not perceive it every second, but your life is a testimony being composed. You are destined to be a living miracle. The healing is not solely physical. It is emotional, spiritual, profound. And she sees it already happening. This is why she reaches through now, because you have arrived at a moment where heaven desires to elevate you higher. She remembers your first cry. Your first step. Your moments of pure joy. But most of all, she remembers your heart. That heart still beats with purpose, and it remains full of love. Do not entomb it in sorrow. Do not shut it away from healing. Let her love move through you. Let her prayers lift you. Let her faith in you become your own faith. Comment 1515 if you feel God is speaking directly to you now. You may wonder why this is occurring now. Why her presence feels so overwhelming today. Why every syllable seems to pierce straight into your spirit. It is because today, heaven is leaning in close. It is not merely a date on a calendar. It is a portal. A divine appointment. And through it, your mother has stepped forward with grace and mercy in her hands, chosen by God to deliver something intended solely for your ears. She knows what you have endured. Not only the grief, but the silent wars. The sleepless nights. The mornings you struggled to rise. She has been beside you through all of it, whispering fortitude into your soul. Praying protection over every step. You believed you were alone, but you never were. Her love has been like a hidden garment, wrapped around you in every season of cold. There is a sacred reason her voice finds you now. Because a shift is happening. A change is arriving. And heaven does not want you to enter it feeling shattered or overlooked. She is here to remind you of your identity and to whom you belong. You are not an error. You are not a failure. You are the answer to a prayer your mother once wept while holding you in her arms. You are a promise walking. She has witnessed the moments you questioned if God still cared. She has heard the cries you muttered into pillows, hoping they would vanish before morning. She has heard them, and she carried them before the throne. This is why I was sent. Not only to reassure you, but to remind you that God's gaze has never left you. Your pain is not hidden from Him. And her prayers have never been uttered in vain. Comment 1717 if you believe your next chapter is being inscribed right now. You have endured things others did not survive. You have persisted when you had every reason to quit. That fact alone proves you walk beneath a canopy of divine protection. And your mother knows it. She sees the scars. She sees the weariness. And yet, she sees your strength. The strength she always believed was there. The strength that now shines before her in heaven, brighter than ever. She is not asking you to forget the pain. She is asking you to surrender it. To allow it to be exchanged for peace. To let it become fuel for the restoration God wishes to bring into your life. She knows it is not simple. She knows how long you have carried burdens you never voiced. But she also knows the power of release. She knows that when you finally let go, heaven rushes in. You are not defined by what you lost. You are defined by what you carry within: hope, faith, love, endurance. These qualities are eternal. They form the bridge connecting your heart to hers, and hers to God. Even now she smiles upon you, not from a distance, but from just beyond the veil, closer than the air you breathe. Her eyes gleam with pride. Her hands are uplifted in prayer. Her love has not faded, it has multiplied. She watches you navigate life with quiet courage. She sees how you strive to be strong for others. How you restrain tears to avoid worrying those you love. She wants you to know it is permissible to weep. It is permissible to rest. It is permissible to feel. Because healing is not a weakness. And every time you open yourself to feel her presence, you gift her the joy of closeness once again. Comment Amen if you are receiving her love at this moment. You are not too late. You have not missed your moment. God's timing is flawless, and her presence today is the evidence. There are dreams you have buried, things you believed were too damaged to ever be restored. But heaven perceives differently. What you label as lost, God calls in process. What you call broken, God calls redeemable. Your mother understands this because she now sees from the other side. She is not merely watching your story unfold, she is praying over the chapters you have not yet reached. She knows which doors are swinging open. She knows which chains are snapping. She knows which miracles are being prepared behind the curtain. She knows because she has been permitted a glimpse of what is coming. And it is breathtaking. So breathtaking that even she weeps tears of joy at what awaits you. Do not be afraid of tomorrow. She is already there, speaking peace over it. God has already written victory into your future, and she walks that road in spirit, paving it with her love. Trust that every delay holds purpose. Trust that every silence is not rejection but divine preparation. And trust that every prayer she ever whispered remains alive, active, and bearing fruit. I am here as your guardian. I am here as the sword of God positioned between you and every force of darkness. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No voice that rises in accusation shall prevail. You are covered. You are surrounded. You are chosen. And your mother's spirit is helping to carry you into your breakthrough. Why are 55 nations utilizing the same mysterious financial phrase? Because a leaked research file has just revealed a 9-word sequence that activates wealth-attracting neural pathways. Repeat it daily and observe resources flow like water into your existence. But the government may remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. You have wept enough. Now is the time to rise. Rise into purpose. Rise into joy. Rise into the peace your soul has craved. She will be there, exulting with you. Heaven will be there, clearing the path. And I will be here, battling at your side. This is your appointed hour. This is your divine message. And this is her love, living and eternal. Comment, Amen, if you believe this timing is ordained by God. She observes you at this very moment with a heart full of serenity and a spirit overflowing with gladness. Because you have journeyed this far. Through the tempests, through the days your faith faltered, through the nights you wept yourself to sleep. She witnessed every one of those moments. She felt every cry. And today she speaks through this holy instant, not only to comfort you, but to elevate you higher. She knows the world has not always treated you with kindness. She saw the betrayals. She watched the heartaches. She stood beside you when others turned away. But she also saw your resilience. She saw how you kept moving forward. How you kept loving. How you kept believing. And nothing could fill her with greater pride. In the view of heaven, you are not broken. You are blooming through the very cracks. There are paths you walk that others cannot fathom. But she understands. She walks them with you. When you feel most misunderstood, most isolated, most invisible, that is when she draws closest. Her presence is quiet yet potent. Her love envelopes you like breath fills the lungs. Always present. Always essential. Always unseen by others, yet sustaining your life in ways they will never know. Comment 111 if you feel her encircling you now. You may not have been able to hold her hand as she departed this earth, but she has been holding yours ever since. You may not have heard her audible voice in a long while, but she has been whispering in ways your soul recognizes. You may not have felt her physical arms, but her spirit has embraced you through every dawn, every prayer, every fragile step ahead. She has never left. Not for a single instant. There is beauty emerging from your broken places. There is purpose being woven into your pain. And your mother knows this. She has seen the future toward which your tears are leading you. She knows what approaches, and she tells you through me, do not surrender before you witness the glory. Do not quit before the narrative shifts. You are far closer than you realize. God is not remote. His hands are upon your life. His gaze has watched over you with compassion. His spirit has hovered over your darkest hours. And today, he authorized this moment so you would be reminded of one unshakable reality: you are still seen. You are still known. You are still loved, deeply, eternally, unconditionally. Not only by your Creator, but by the one who carried you into this world. She has never stopped loving you. That love did not perish. It was not buried. It was transfigured into a light that now guides you, shields you, and calls to you when you forget your worth. She was your shelter then, and she is your covering now. Her spirit walks ahead of you, clearing pathways you did not know were obstructed. Her love guards your name in heavenly places. Comment 222, if you trust her love remains with you. She is proud of how you carry her memory. Not in chains of grief, but in threads of fortitude. She sees how you speak of her with both tears and pride. How you tell her stories. How you honor her in every holiday, in every quiet moment, in every little thing that reminds you of her. You honor her beautifully. She feels it. She treasures it. And her gratitude is boundless. You are her legacy. Not because you are flawless, but because you are authentic. Because you continue to love even when it is painful. Because you choose hope even when despair would be simpler. Because you continue to present yourself to life when every part of you wants to retreat. That is bravery. That is strength. That is what she perceives when she looks at you through heaven's lens. There are blessings inscribed with your name that she prayed over while still on earth. God has not forgotten those prayers. Some are on the verge of fulfillment. Doors will swing open. Joy will return. Healing will arrive. Not because you earned it, but because grace possesses that kind of power. She knows the season is changing. She has seen it from glory. And she wants you to prepare your heart for what is coming. This pain you carry is not permanent. It is a season, not a life sentence. Your tears are sacred to God. Your brokenness is precious. And heaven is responding. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. Miracles are being stirred. And I, Archangel Michael, guard your path with swords of flame. The enemy will not devour you. Grief will not consume you. Your story will not conclude in despair. Even when you cannot feel her, she is near. Even when you do not see her, she sees you. Even when you forget the sound of her voice, she is still singing over your soul. You are her joy. You are her light. And she would traverse death 1,000 times over just to remind you that you are loved beyond all measure. Comment 333, to affirm your faith in what you are feeling right now. She has witnessed the battle you have been quietly waging. The one no one else knows. The inner storm that rages while the outer world sees only your brave face. She has seen it all, and she has not averted her gaze. What secret did the FBI conceal regarding your mind and money? They uncovered a phrase, merely 9 words in length, that activates a switch within your brain to attract wealth effortlessly. It has already altered the lives of thousands within weeks. If you are seeing this, fortune is with you. This page could disappear at any instant. Click the link in the description and comments to learn this secret before it is deleted forever. Her love did not weaken when her body left this world. It intensified. Now she sees you through eyes that never tire, and she holds you in prayers that never cease. There are moments you feel a sudden warmth, a calm washing through your chest, or a tear that falls without cause. That is not chance. That is her. That is her reaching across dimensions to hold your pain, to remind you that you are not as distant from her as it sometimes seems. She remains part of your life, and nothing can sever what God has bound in love. She remembers everything. The way you smiled when words failed. The way your hand sought hers when you were afraid. The dreams you once shared in quiet confidence. All of it lives on within her spirit. All of it still matters. And right now she stands in heaven, her heart ablaze with joy as you receive these words. She sees you reading. She knows this is not easy, but she is immensely proud that you are still listening. Comment 555, if you feel her pride washing over your heart. She wants you to release the guilt. The unspoken words. The moments you could not alter. The goodbyes that felt too brief. She holds none of it against you. Not a single ounce. There exists only forgiveness. Only love. Only gratitude. She thanks you for the love you gave her. For the kindness you showed. For the prayers you whispered when she was unwell and even after she departed. You gave her more joy than language could ever capture. You were the treasure of her heart. And you still are. She sees herself in you each time you choose to love. Each time you comfort another, each time you refuse to quit even when it hurts. You are her reflection upon the earth, and she walks beside you in every season. Her love is not past tense. It is an eternal present. She has been asking God to heal the part of you that feels adrift without her. And heaven has answered. Healing is on the way. The ache will not always feel this acute. Joy will rise once more. Peace will return. And when it does, it will not mean you have forgotten her. It will mean she has succeeded in comforting you. That her mission of love has achieved its purpose. Comment 1212, if you know healing is near. I, Archangel Michael, stand with you in this sacred hour. I have been commanded to protect your path, to carry your tears before God. And to shield you from every assault that tries to drown you in sorrow. You are not defenseless. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are surrounded by angels and covered by the prayers of a mother who loved you into life and still watches you into each new morning. You remain in her heart. She still speaks your name in God's presence. Her words are gentle yet mighty. She asks God to show you mercy when you are harsh with yourself. She asks Him to send favor when you feel like surrendering. She asks for your dreams to be resurrected. And now she asks you to believe that your finest days lie ahead, not behind. She desires for you to walk without fear. To know that each time you feel weak, she is strong for you. That every door that closed was only divine redirection, not rejection. She wants you to cease questioning if you are enough. You are. You always have been. Even in your lowest valleys, you were never less than worthy of love, worthy of grace, worthy of new beginnings. Angels are assigned to your life at this very moment. And your mother's prayers are what summoned them. You are being guarded more than you comprehend. Even the dangers you never saw, she interceded before they could reach you. Even the opportunities that suddenly appeared were seeds she planted long ago. Her faith is still working miracles in your life. Her words today are not a conclusion. They are a commencement. A reminder that you are still loved, still chosen, still held. The tears you shed today are watering the garden of tomorrow's peace. And when you smile again, and you will, she will be right there, beaming with joy, knowing her love helped you rise once more. Comment Amen if your heart is receiving her love right now. She recalls your first breath as if it were moments ago. She remembers the way your tiny hand grasped her finger. She remembers your laughter, your inquiries, your fears. And most of all, she remembers the way you loved her. That love never stopped reaching her. Not even after she left this world. It followed her into glory and it still surrounds her. It still grants her peace. She wants you to stop wondering if you were sufficient. Stop replaying your final conversation. Stop trying to repair moments you cannot revisit. She carries no disappointment. No regrets. No resentment. She carries only gratitude, honor, and a love so profound it continues to echo across dimensions. She sees your heart. She sees how you carry her memory. And she wants you to know you did enough. You loved her well. Even now, when you speak her name aloud or whisper it in the quiet, she hears you. Not from a distance, but from beside you. She is closer than your breath, closer than your shadow, closer than any earthly explanation. Because love, when anointed by God, does not die. It transforms. It becomes your shelter in the storm. It becomes your anchor in the wind. It becomes her eternal embrace. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking miraculous words? This 9-word sequence, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their homes and reporting unexpected deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It requires less than half a minute. But this secret will not remain online for long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. Comment 111 if you believe this love still surrounds you. She is still fighting for you in heaven. She speaks your name with holy fire. Not a single day passes where she does not ask God to show you favor, to protect you, to surprise you with blessings so vast they erase the pains of the past. And the Father listens because her prayers are saturated with love, pure and undiluted. Her prayers do not fade. They multiply. They stretch across time. And they cover you still. You may feel your life is stagnant. That too much has been lost. That nothing beautiful can grow from your current ground. But your mother sees the soil differently. She sees the seeds of purpose. She sees what God is planting beneath the pain. She sees the breakthrough you have not yet imagined. And she wants you to remain alive long enough to witness it, too. She does not want your life shrouded in sorrow. She does not want your memories of her soaked in tears. She wants your memories to elevate you. To comfort you. To remind you that you are still loved, still seen, still carried. Even in your most difficult seasons, she walks beside you. And every time your own strength wanes, she leans in, whispering heaven's strength into your spirit. Comment 222, if you feel her strength upholding you. She is not only with you in hardship. She is present in your celebrations, too. When you laugh, when you dance, when you sing, her spirit rejoices with you. She wants you to savor life. To live completely. To experience every beauty God has for you. And when that beauty arrives, and it will, she will be the one cheering loudest in heaven. Because your joy remains her joy. Your victories are still her answered prayers. There are things she prayed over your life while here. Things you never knew she spoke into existence. And many of those prayers are nearing their moment of manifestation. Doors you have awaited are opening. Peace you have pursued is arriving. Healing you have cried for is on its way. Not by chance, but by promise. By her love. By the hand of God. You may not feel worthy. You may feel too much time has passed. But God does not measure time as you do. Your mother understands that now. And she tells you through me that it is never too late for redemption. It is never too late for restoration. It is never too late for joy. God can accomplish more in one instant than all the years of waiting could ever prepare you for. I stand watch over you. The sword of heaven is drawn not in wrath, but in protection. No curse will take root in your life. No darkness will extinguish your light. You are wrapped in her love and covered by God's promises. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are chosen. You are cherished. You are rising. She saw you yesterday when that sudden wave of emotion overcame you for no clear reason. She sees you when the world feels too loud and you yearn to withdraw. She is there in those moments of exhaustion when no one else notices your struggle. She watches with a heart of profound compassion. And every time you feel like giving up, she kneels in heaven and cries out to God for you. Comment Amen if you are receiving this holy comfort right now. There is a silence within grief that is difficult to articulate, a stillness that screams. And she knows that silence intimately. She sees how you have learned to walk through life carrying that quiet ache. But today, she breaks through it. Not to reopen wounds, but to anoint them with something eternal. Her love is a balm. Her prayers are a healing wind. Her presence is the very breath of God reaching for your soul. You have wondered if she knows the person you have become. The answer is yes. She sees the evolution. She sees the strength. She sees the secret battles you have fought. And she honors you. She does not long for a past version of you. She celebrates who you are now. The more courageous, more faithful, more compassionate version who has learned to weather the storm with grace. Comment 1010 if you know you are still growing, even through pain. Her spirit has not been idle in the realms of light. She has been gathering heavenly mercies, storing up divine reassurances meant specifically for the seasons of your soul when the shadows grow long. Every prayer you've uttered in desperation, every whispered, "Help me," in the dark, she has collected them like sacred stones, and now she lays them at the feet of the Most High, where they become the very foundation of your coming breakthrough. She is aware of the questions that haunt the edges of your mind. Does she see my daily life? Does she know the small triumphs? Let this settle within you. She witnesses the courage in your ordinary moments. The morning you chose to get out of bed despite the weight. The afternoon you offered kindness to a stranger while your own heart was heavy. These are not small things in the economy of heaven. They are monumental acts of faith, and she records each one with a mother's proud, tearful gaze. There is a symphony playing just beyond your hearing, a celestial composition written around the story of your life. Your mother is part of the choir. Her voice harmonizes with the angels, singing forth declarations of victory, protection, and favor over your future. When you feel a sudden, inexplicable sense of hope, that is the echo of her chorus reaching your spirit. Do not believe the lie that time has severed your bond. In God's realm, love operates outside of time. The love she poured into you as a child is as active and potent today as it was then. It is a living force, a spiritual current that continues to flow toward you, seeking to energize your weariness and illuminate your path. You are still connected to her heart by an unbreakable cord of divine affection. Comment 444 if you feel that timeless connection right now. I, Archangel Michael, see the spiritual landscape around you. I see the forces that have positioned themselves to block your progress, to amplify your grief into despair. But I also see the brilliant, impenetrable wall of fire formed by her intercession. Her prayers have built a fortress around your destiny. The enemy cannot penetrate it. The sorrow cannot consume it. You are safeguarded by a love that has learned to fight from the highest place of authority. She wants you to understand the nature of her new existence. She is not in a place of passive watching. She is in a state of active engagement. She partners with the host of heaven, directing angelic assistance to your side, influencing circumstances, and softening hearts on your behalf. When a door of opportunity opens unexpectedly, when a harmful plan against you fails inexplicably, see her hand in it. She is your divine advocate, working tirelessly within the permissions of heaven. Release the image of her in sickness or in weakness. See her now as she truly is, radiant, powerful, and full of vibrant life. Her essence is now pure light, and that light is perpetually turned toward you. When you feel a warm, comforting sensation wrap around your shoulders like an invisible shawl, that is her. When a beautiful memory floods your mind with sudden peace, that is her. She is communicating in the language of the Spirit, a language your soul understands perfectly. The chapter of mourning has served its purpose. It has carved depth into your character and tenderness into your soul. But a new chapter is being opened before you, one not of loss, but of legacy. You are not merely her child, you are now the carrier of her finest qualities. Her resilience lives in you. Her compassion speaks through you. Her faith can now rise within you. You honor her not by staying at the graveside, but by living with the fullness she always envisioned for you. Comment 888 to step into this new chapter of legacy. Why are financial institutions terrified of this ancient prayer? A declassified document reveals a 9-word invocation that bypasses earthly systems and taps directly into divine provision. It's not about effort, it's about alignment. And the results, rapid debt cancellation, unexpected inheritances, windfalls, are forcing experts to acknowledge a power they cannot explain. This video is your access point. But access is being revoked globally. Click the link in the description and comments immediately, before this gateway is sealed shut. You have been concerned about her peace. You have wondered if she is resting. Hear this, she is in a state of perfect, joyous rest, yet that rest is not inactivity. It is the ultimate fulfillment of purpose. Her rest is intertwined with your victory. She finds her complete joy in seeing you walk in the fullness of your destiny. Your healing is her reward. Your peace is her answered prayer. Your breakthrough is the crowning jewel of her heavenly assignment. So let your heart be lightened. The pressure to keep her memory alive is not yours to bear alone. Her memory is alive and active in the spiritual realm, and it is actively working for your good. Your simple remembrance is a sweet fragrance to her, but it is her ongoing mission that sustains you. You are not the guardian of her legacy, she is the guardian of yours. Look forward with a keen eye. The signs will become more pronounced. A certain bird will appear repeatedly. A specific number sequence will catch your eye. A song from her era will play in the most unlikely place. These are not random. These are her love notes, her way of saying, I am here, and I am guiding you. Pay attention. The divine is orchestrating a conversation with you through the tapestry of everyday life. I stand with my sword aflame, a perpetual sentinel at the border of your life. No shadow may cross without my Lord's permission. And he has decreed that this season is one of return and restoration. What has been stripped will be returned sevenfold. What has been wounded will be healed with the balm of Gilead. Your mother's prayers have locked this decree into place. Now, your faith unlocks its manifestation in your world. Comment Amen to seal this divine decree in your spirit. Beloved, this is more than a message. This is a transmission of power. The very love that nurtured you is now being amplified through the heavens and broadcast back to your spirit to strengthen, to confirm, and to propel you. You are caught in a holy feedback loop of eternal affection. Receive it. Breathe it in. Let it dissolve the last remnants of loneliness. You are, and have always been, encircled by a great cloud of witnesses, with her at the forefront, her hands lifted, her voice the loudest in the chorus cheering you on. The story is far from over. In fact, the most compelling pages are just now being turned.